Imagine what the East Coast of the United States looked like before the cities were built, before the sprawl of the suburbs, and before farmland dotted the countryside. Old-growth forests made up much of the landscape along the East Coast.